Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new in your fantasy NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
Money longer, shout out bros, and keep my eyes in the sky, cause that's where I'm moving. Say they wanna read my mind.
Before we get into the topic, I'm sure a lot of us need to understand what a breakout year actually means. Sudden success that usually comes after a period without much success. In other words, guys who aren't expected to make an insane leap do after a certain amount of time. Victor Oladipo is the perfect example. Throughout his NBA career, he was known to be an above average young player who had the potential to become an all-star one day. But due to the situations that he was put in, he never got a real chance, no real opportunity until he got to Indy. And once he got there, he got all the opportunity and spotlight to shine as a star. So it was because of him getting better and developing his game, of course, and a change of scenery that allowed him to be who he is today. That right there, that sudden rise in production, is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to go through a few players who very well could have a breakout year this season. The first player up on my list is Jamal Murray. He's been one of the more overlooked young players in the league these last 2 years, but that might end up changing for him this season. For those who don't know, this past year was his first actual year playing healthy in the NBA. In his rookie year, he was playing with a sports hernia the whole time, so he was never 100%. So his second year in the league was his first time being healthy, and due to that, he put up impressive numbers and he was a lot more efficient. This year though, I think he could shock a lot of people and build off of his great second year performance. This dude right here is a killer offensively, and he may have some more lights shed on him this season because of the Nuggets potentially making the playoffs this year and him putting up great numbers. Jamal could mess around and average a cool 21-5 this year. I would not be surprised. Dude is gonna end up exploding really soon. Speaking of the word explode, I guess that this is the perfect transition to the most explosive player on this list, Aaron Gordon. When most people think about the name Aaron Gordon, they just think about dunks, and they see that man as just a dunker. Everyone's seeing his highlights all over YouTube and the internet. He's athletic as hell and he has hops. It's clear as day. That's all cool and all, but sadly nobody thinks of him as anything else. It's like some fans just put a box over him and labeled him as a dunker, and some believe that's all he can do. For those of you watching this video who think like that, let me be the first to tell you that he's gonna prove a lot of you wrong and make you kind of look stupid. As each year went by for AG, he's taken his play to the next level and expanded his game. He's become a more consistent shooter, and he's been playing more in the perimeter due to that. He went from attempting just 3 threes a game to nearly 6 last season. So it should be clear to us that he just isn't a run, dunk, and jump type of player. He does all those things still, but he's just a lot more versatile now because of his great handle on the ball and his much improved jumper. Now y'all, Aaron wasn't 100% healthy last year, so we really didn't get to see him at his best because of lingering injuries. And due to those lingering injuries, he was only able to play 58 games this season. So we saw a good chunk of what he can do, but not all of what he can do. In just a couple of weeks, when the NBA season starts, he could be the player to have a breakout year this season. I expect him to put up great numbers this year and get some recognition. But he does play for the Orlando Magic, and how can I say this in a way to not offend Magic fans? It's been a tough scene in Orlando these last few years. I'm gonna just put it like that. But hey, hopefully Orlando can start getting their stuff together because Aaron Gordon is about to start drawing a lot more attention because of his play. Myles Turner was someone who was seen as a potential steal in the 2015 NBA draft. But as of recent, it may not be looking like that anymore because he underperformed this past season. Enough, stop right there. That's what the average fan would think. We gotta give this thing a little context here. Just like a couple of the other guys on this list, Myles dealt with a lot of nagging injuries consistently last year. He had a lot of random dinks that set him back as a player. Myles has all the tools to become a top 10 to possibly 5 center in the NBA one day. He can shoot very well, and he can even get a shot off with a dribble sometimes. He also plays defense for the most part, and he's an elite shot blocker. The only thing that held him back was these random unfortunate injuries. He's had concussions, problems with his right elbow, and a bum ankle all throughout last year. That is what held him back and what caused him to be so disappointed. Now that he's all healthy though, and more fit and conditioned this year, oh yeah, I definitely expect him to do some damage in the league. A lot of people tend to forget that this man put up up 15-7 at just 20 years old, back in the 2016-17 NBA season when he was actually healthy. At age 22 now, and this upcoming season, he should put up impressive numbers and have sort of a bounce back year. He owes it. He owes it to himself, the fans, and his teammates. This Pacers team right here cannot and will not be a serious threat to anyone without that man Myles Turner emerging as the co-star, the second option to Victor Oladipo. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. He might actually be the one out of this list to mess around and win that Most Improved Player of the Year award. History is on his side. It's almost a proven fact that if you're an Indiana Pacer, you have to win the MIP award. I'm just messing around, it ain't no fact. But there is a weird little coincidence that the Pacers have going on as of recent. In 2013, Paul George won that award. And as we all know, in 2018, Victor Oladipo won it too. And here we have Myles Turner. He is in the perfect situation to go ahead and grab that award and carry on that Pacers tradition as of recent. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I got Myles Turner winning that Most Improved Player of the Year award. But anyways, we're done talking about Myles. Up next is Julius Randle. Julius has had it tough recently because of all the trade rumors and inconsistent minutes that he receives from the Lakers. He and the rest of us kind of had the feeling that the Lakers did not want him at all. And as time went on, it was pretty much made clear that he wasn't going to be a Laker after last year. And that ended up being true. Once free agency hit, he made it more than clear. And he took his talents to the New Orleans Pelicans, where he looks to prove a lot of people wrong and start a new chapter in his career. This opportunity right here could really help Randle, and if everything goes just as planned, he could have a breakout year. Last year, post All-Star break, I believe, Julius was basically let off his leash, and he actually got real playing time. So once he was set free, he went out and averaged nearly 20 points, 9 boards, and 3 assists per game, while playing damn good defense. Those right there are damn near all-star numbers. Not everyone in this league can do that right there. And this up-and-coming year, he could separate himself from all the young players in the league and put his name next to one of the elite young players in the league. I feel like that's pretty realistic because New Orleans fits really well with him. Once Boogie went down last year with that Achilles injury, the Pelicans actually got better as a team statistically because of their fast-paced style of play and defense. Julius has shown on multiple occasions that he can be a great perimeter defender when he wants to be, and offensively he can be a really deadly weapon too. He likes to play bully ball and just straight up outpower and outwork his opponents, and at the same time he has a great handle on the ball and is very dangerous in the transition. Julius has the body and talent to go crazy this year and be a problem in this league. The only thing that might end up holding him back though is his mental. But then again, he's on a team that wants and needs him in order to be successful. So this year we could see a next level Julius Randle, something we've never ever seen before. D-Lo! Damn, y'all can't lie. D-Lo is one of the dopest point guards in the league. That whole ice in my veins thing is fine. Anyways, we're getting off topic here. If some of you guys remember, D'Angelo was a part of my players who have the most improved this year video that I posted a couple weeks ago. And here I am now talking to y'all about how he could have a breakout year. So, quick backstory. D'Lo has never been fully healthy since his rookie year. After his first year in the league, he's had all types of lower body injuries. And last year, he suffered the most from them. He was only able to play 48 games that season. But though, whenever he got 28 or more minutes of playing time, he put up incredible numbers. He averaged 21, 5, and 7 on good efficient shooting. Again, I remind you, he's only played 28 minutes and up when he's been healthy. Now, I know what some people might have to say about this. That's not enough to prove anything because it's a pretty small sample size. And I'm not gonna lie, I can agree with that. But that still is a good sign. And it shows that he still has life of becoming a star point guard one day in the NBA. I'm saying this right now. If he can just stay healthy, everything will fall into place and all the greatness will come his way. In fact, this year, I believe that he's eligible for a contract extension. So that might give him a little bit more motivation to go out and kill this year. Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Julius Randle, and D'Angelo Russell could have stellar seasons and become the breakout players of the 2018-2019 NBA season. And maybe even one of them could win that Most Improved Player of the Year award. I definitely would not be surprised if one of them did. Before I go, who else do you guys think I should have added on this list? Chris Dunn, maybe? Look, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I was gonna add Chris Dunn to this list, but Bro, do you know what time it is? I'm so tired. I spoke about Chris Dunn a little while ago on my channel, and some of you know how I feel about him. He's really good. But anyways, yeah, who else do you believe belongs on this list, and who didn't belong on this list? Let me know. Once again, I really do appreciate your support and every second that you spend watching these videos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Give this video a like. I appreciate you, like I said, and I'll get right with you.
No way, no way. Remember back when I couldn't get a play. No home, I ain't have a place to stay. I got to work, made the surf free to way. Told my girl who that